forests is that, you know, we have this abundant amount of land and everywhere is so beautiful and it's so prolific with mushrooms. Cool thing about the forest is this mist that comes up every day.
Well, here we are, mushroom foraging in the woods with Drake.
I'm Drake. I am the mushroom man and I study fungal genetics as a career.
What's this?
Boletus edulis,
Ooh.
the king bolete.
You're uncovering that.
So I don't like to eat this mushroom fresh. I actually like to dehydrate it and make it into a powder and then add it to soups. It's a nice big one too.
Now that's a beautiful mushroom. It's a chanterelle?
It's a chanterelle, yep. It's a cascade chanterelle. So a key characteristic of chanterelles is that on the bottom you don't have gills like most mushrooms do. You have these folds or ridges, and so they don't all go from the center out. They kind of crisscross and fold on each other.
Are they turkey tails?
They are turkey tails, I do believe. Trametes versicolor.
Those are puffballs?
Puffballs, yeah.
The texture is like butter?
Yeah, they've got a very smooth, buttery texture inside. And this is why it's called a puffball. Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's 2 little ones there, and then there's the one big one there.
Do you cook them together or separate?
The species?
Yeah, in the pan.
Yeah, I usually cook them together.
Beautiful, good tasting.
Very meaty tasting. The common name is yellowfeet. They're Craterellus neotubiformis. And they're very tasty on pizza. So these are yellowfoot chanterelles here. This one is much older and more blown out, and this one's a nice young specimen. And it's nice to see them side by side like that. All right, so these are going to be Hydnum oregonense, or commonly called the hedgehog mushroom, and they're very delicious edibles, so we're going to pluck it and throw it in the bucket. It's Lacaria laccata. It's very edible, but you don't usually find very many of them. Pluck it in the bucket. So this here is the Pseudohydnum gelatinosum, or the white-toothed jelly fungus, and I like to make jelly beans out of them.
Chanterelle, I'm gonna pick it. There you go.
Alright, so that is commonly called a false chanterelle, and I have a real chanterelle here we can compare.
So look at that. What's the difference?
This one on the right's been infected by a white mold, so it's eating away the gills.
And what's the name?
The name of the mushroom is the bleeding milk cap. And here we have a wonderful cluster of hedgehog mushrooms with a couple of little brown mushrooms surrounding them.
This is a russula, very common and not edible.
That's not an edible species. Dead man's fingers. Don't pluck it. So here we have an orange coral mushroom, which is a very beautiful thing to see in the middle of the forest. Don't pluck it. That is a Clitosabe, and if you give it a smell, it'll have a very strong anise odor.
Ooh.
This is Phaeolish phoenitzii. It's not edible or medicinal, but it's commonly used to dye textiles. It'll turn it actually bright yellow.